Hey guys, me Dave. It's 10/13/2022. So, I'll talk about targeting, but I do want to talk about something first. I just found out that a childhood friend of mine committed suicide. I just found that out. I helped on Facebook. I haven't been on there in a while. We had a childhood friend that committed suicide. Um, I guess he was struggling with some issues and stuff like that, and for a while, and decided to take his own life. It's really sad because we grew up together. I knew this kid since he was 5 years old, and then we used to party together when we were teenagers. Oh, we used to chase girls and everything else, and party together when we were teenagers and everything else. Cruise around, all the time and everything else. Until the last time I seen him, I was about, I don't know, 23, 24. We were in a bar, and he told me he had a kid and all this stuff, and stuff. Obviously, he had some issues that nobody knew about, that he was struggling with. You know, it's sad. He's my childhood friend, a good friend of mine. I haven't seen him in 20 years, but he was still a good friend of mine. I added him on Facebook, and the weird thing is that I found, he was cooking on Facebook. He seemed kind of happy, but he kind of made some comments about, nobody calls me, nobody touches in with me, or uh, checks in with me and all this stuff, and then he deleted me. He blocked me and deleted me. I don't know why. And then now, tonight I found out that he committed suicide. He was like a year younger than me. He was only like 48 years old. He had a kid and everything else. It's super sad. So I'll talk about targeting now. Um, you know, um, it's you know, you know, us as targets deal with so much stuff, emotional stuff. When we're targeted, we deal with being tortured and tormented by our torturers and harassed in the community and all this stuff. You know, um, I know people don't want to be labeled. They don't want to be labeled or anything, but it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help, even if you're a TI. They're giving you the symptoms of mental illness and all that stuff. I realize that, but if we can't go to our family members, we can't go to people, and they put the urge, they put the urge into you to hurt yourself, or whatever. It's okay to ask for help. We gotta be able to ask for help. That's for TIs and non-TIs. There are suicide prevention lines available to everyone at no cost. Um, you know, um, they can, for normal people, if they're feeling suicidal, I hate to say this, but I would check myself into a mental ward, and maybe maybe you go on medications or whatever, but you gotta talk about this to somebody. You can't sit there and take your own life. You gotta get help. Anybody that I'm talking about has to go out there and get help. Who cares if they label us? The stigma, there is a stigma, I realize that, but who cares what people think? If people need help, they gotta go get help, okay? Now, as far as TIs, they force us into these situations. They give us symptoms of mental illness, of hurting ourselves and everything else. We're in a tough situation, and all this stuff. And TIs take their own lives and stuff. You know, um, don't take your own life. I've seen women on Facebook, they cut themselves. They put a pipe in their mouth, and with the car running, and all this stuff. It's like, they're giving you symptoms of mental illness or whatever. Go to the psych ward. I know you don't want to hear that, but go to the psych ward. It will stop. They will have to show you're getting better if you go to the psych ward. Don't sit here and try to kill yourself. This goes for anybody. Go get help. Even if you don't think you need help, well, you're not going to be any good to anybody if you're dead. Go get help. And talk about the symptoms. It will stop. It will stop. Do not hurt or harm yourself. That goes for anybody, TIs or non-TIs. Go get help. It's not worth it. It's not worth ending your life, your precious life, especially when you have kids. Is it selfish? I don't know. But you have a kid. You want to be there for your kid, and you're just feeling down and depressed, and you got issues. Go deal with those issues. Who cares about the stigma? Who gives a shit what people think about you? Go get help. People say these medications are bad for you and everything else. Well, they do help people. I've worked in mental health for 15, 20 years. These medications do help you. Yeah, they're kind of hard on your body and everything else. Well, that's why they do blood work every 6 months. To make sure your blood's okay. But you don't end your life. That goes for TIs and non-TIs. The torture is so bad, you want to end your life and all this stuff. Go get help. It'll get better. I promise. It'll get better. The torturers don't want you to go for help. These agencies do. If you're a pretty big target and they're trying to make you so miserable so you're going to commit suicide, go get help. Go get help. Who cares about the stigma? Go there and tell them what's happening. Tell them the truth. They will call you delusional, but it'll stop. It will stop. They have to show you're getting better. And then you might have a chance to go on disability. So you have some income coming in so you're not homeless. The torturers they're on a different page. They're on a different page than these agencies. The torturers want the worst for you, and they will put bad things in your mind and all that stuff to hurt yourself or to hurt others. Go get help and ask for help. Who cares what people think? Tell them what's going on. Tell them I'm being hit with direct energy weapons and they're putting bad things in my mind and it's remote neural monitoring and all this stuff. They're going to call you delusional, but it will stop. I guarantee it'll stop. They will put you on medications, the lowest dose possible, but this will stop. They will stop your targeting. That's what they did to me. They have to show you're getting better. If you're not getting better, then there's something wrong. Then, you could say, I'm being hit with weapons. Nothing's working. The medication ain't working. Nothing's working. Go get help for non-TIs and TIs. If you feel like you're suicidal or whatever, there's so much help, especially in Minnesota. We have so much help for real mental illness. and targeting. You know, if you feel that way, you gotta go for help. I threw myself in the psych ward, and they didn't want me to do that because they wanted to keep on torturing me to hell. I threw myself in there. I was in there for 5 weeks. They had to show I was getting better. They put me on the lowest dose possible of medications. They don't want you drugged up. They put you on the lowest dose possible. And they have to stop. They have to stop once you ask for help. And that's the truth of it. Don't sit there and try to cut your neck and do all this stuff and try to go in the garage with a running car and all this stuff. Don't do that. Check yourself into the psych ward. I know you don't want to hear that, but check yourself into the psych ward. It will get better. They have to show you're getting better. They may diagnose you and all that stuff, but you might be able to get on some assistance so you have money coming in. Whatever country you're in, don't sit there and try to hurt yourself and post pictures on Facebook. Go get help. I know that's not what you want to hear, but it's better than being dead. Do you want to be dead? You want to be dead? You want to let these guys win? Do you want to let these guys win? Do you want to let them win? No. You go for help. Tell them about this. They're going to call you delusional and everything else. They're going to call you everything in the book. But you'll be alive. And this will get better. It'll lighten up. I guarantee it. They have to show you're getting better. But don't hurt yourself. Don't kill yourself. And that goes for everyone out there. If you're struggling with real mental illness and everything else, and there's suicide hotlines all over the place. Minnesota, if you're in Minnesota, we have the greatest health care in any of the states. And there are people, there's crisis teams that will come to your house if you feel like hurting yourself, and they will get you help. But don't hurt yourself. Don't kill yourself. So I lost a friend tonight, or a couple days ago. I found it out tonight, and he's in Minnesota, and we have the best health care here in Minnesota. We're a Democratic state, and we give everything back to our residents. We pay the highest taxes, but they give back to our residents in this state. And mental health, we have the best health care there is in the country. That's the way it is. So anyway, I'm gonna cut this off. I lost a friend tonight, and I'm sad about that because we had a lot of good times together. We partied together, we chased girls together. We had a lot of good times together. And I lost that guy, and he's gone now because he couldn't deal with what he had some demons he was dealing with, and he couldn't take it. He should have went for help. They would have fixed it for him. But we have the stigma of mental illness in this country that people don't want to be labeled. But it's what are you gonna do about it? You can't hurt yourself. And all that stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna cut this off. I hope you guys do well, and I'll talk to you guys later.